Hello everybody, I'm Alex. I'll be your professor for either Ceramics 1 or three-dimensional design. Today I just wanted to walk everyone through our cleaning protocols, and I wanted to introduce you to some of the things that I'm trying to implement to keep everybody safe and healthy this semester. So this is a face-to-face course. We will be meeting in person every week until they say that we can't. So we need to make sure to take every precaution necessary to try to, like I said, make sure everybody stays safe and stays healthy. So I'm going to walk you guys through a couple of things. I'm going to introduce you to the protocols, to a checklist that I've put together that you guys can follow, and also to the cleaning stations that I've made in order to kind of house some of the supplies that we'll be using. So this video format is going to be the way in which I'll be introducing demonstrations throughout the course too as well. So this is how we're going to kind of introduce techniques and processes of working and things like that. So this will be the normal protocol for that, and we'll go over this more in class. So let's go ahead and get started on this. So what I've done is I've put together a number of different cleaning stations throughout the studio. So in the ceramic studio, there's two spaces, one next to the sink, the hand washing sink, and another next to the door, leaving the building, leaving the studio. And in sculpture, where three-dimensional design will take place, there's two stations next to the sinks, and they look like this. I put them in these green kind of containers for developing film in like a dark room or something like that. So they stand out in the space. They should be easy to locate. So I want you all to become familiar with that quickly, so we know where those supplies are. So the contents of the cleaning stations are: one, of course, we have our hand sanitizer, which I'm sure everyone has become all too familiar with. It's like leaving without your wallet or cell phone or your mask now too, as well, is making sure to have some hand sanitizer. We also have some disinfecting wipes, a cleaning solution, which is made up of a third cup of bleach and a gallon of water, which is recommended on the back of the label of the bleach bottle, for creating a spray solution that will kill, up to like 99% of germs. So this should do the trick for us and what we need to do. And of course some paper towel too as well. So this is kind of the makeup of the cleaning station. Now, if for any time you guys see that any of these supplies are running low, please contact me or let me know right away so that I can replenish these, or I can have my assistants do that. They should be kind of on the regular with that, but if for something happens and we skip over and running out of solution, or running out of disinfectant wipes or something like that, we want to make sure we've got plenty of this stuff. Okay. So those are the kind of the contents of the cleaning stations and where the cleaning stations are located. So like I said, become familiar with where those are. Please don't crowd around or bottleneck any of those spaces. So now I kind of want to go over our cleaning checklist here. So this is our cleaning checklist. So you'll notice that there's a number, and you'll notice that there's a number, and then there's a series of things that we need to do. Each number is going to correlate to the workspace, and everyone will receive be assigned a space, and you'll get a number. And we'll go over more of this in class. But this is a way for us to kind of trace down anyone. Let's say you walk into your space and your space hasn't been cleaned, hasn't been disinfected, hasn't been any of these things. I can take this, I can trace the person down based on this number. Also, if somebody leaves behind tools, they're going to be labeled too as well. So if any tools, I'll know where to put those in their cubby space. So the cubbies will have the numbers and all that sort of stuff. But this is also a way to kind of work through the things that need to get done each time. So now when we talk about cleaning, these are things that I want you guys to do when you're entering the classroom and leaving. They're going to vary. So when you enter the space, we'll go over that first. When you're entering a space, you get to your workspace, you take off your coat or your book bag or whatever. You should have, the chair should be flipped up on the table like this. If everything it goes to plan, your chair should be up on the space. So the first thing you're gonna do is flip your chair down, of course, right? Flip your chair down. And then I would grab a disinfecting wipe, and then you're just gonna disinfect the space. I want you all to kind of treat the space like, when you come in, like it hasn't been disinfected. I think that's just safe practice. Good practice is to just kind of assume that it hasn't been disinfected. That'll keep you a little bit safer. So you can come through, kind of disinfect the whole tabletop with your disinfecting wipe. Throw that away. Take a pump of hand sanitizer, and you should be good. Okay, so now your space is ready to work. The next one is we're going to go over is when we're leaving and how to properly clean up when we're leaving. Now this doesn't mean, you know, this isn't something that you need to do when you say you have to go to the bathroom, or you have to, you know, you run out to grab a cup of coffee or whatever, and you're coming right back to the space. You don't need to do these, besides maybe wash your hands or use hand sanitizer. This is going to be for when you're leaving the space for a substantial amount of time. Class is done, you're not coming back for a few hours or at all the rest of the evening. So you need to prepare the space for somebody else to come in and use it. So we're gonna go over the proper protocol for that. So when you're done when you're done working, it's time to go. Also, I want to stress that it does take time. So if you're getting ready to, you know you have to be out, you have another class you have to get to, you have you know, some sort of event going on or an appointment of some sort, and you know you need to leave here by 4:10 or maybe a few minutes early or something like that. Take time to clean, you know, adjust for that time, because you know in 3D it should take you probably about, I would say, giving yourself about 10 to 12 minutes to clean. And once you guys are going to fine tune this process, and you'll be able to know. But in ceramics, it's going to take you a little bit longer. I'd give yourself 20 minutes to clean potentially. So make sure you're adjusting for that time. If I see people skipping over things, if I see people not cleaning things, we're going to take there'll be some serious repercussions. Before it might have been just, you know, taking off a few points from your grade or something like that. Now it could potentially, if you're asked enough times, it's going to result in just asking you to leave the course altogether. We need to be very diligent about this stuff. Okay, so make sure you're giving yourself an ample amount of time to clean. So now you can follow this checklist, which will be taped to every table, and walk through. So the first thing you're going to do is, of course, once we're working on projects, is cover your project. If it's clay, make sure it's covered, and we're going to go over that, and then store it away in your cubby area. If it's something else, make sure your project is stored away properly. The next thing is going to be to clear any debris off of the table or off of the floor. Once again, your floor space around your table and your work table, that is the workspace. It's not just the tabletop. It's all around the table, or all around on the floor too as well. So if you need to sweep up the floor, if you need to clean any debris off the floor, as well as the table, do that. So that's the first thing you're going to do. And the next thing you're going to do is to clean any of the tools that you've had around. You're going to have your own tools, but you're going to want to make sure you're cleaning those. Clean and dry those tools. I'll have another video, or else I'll just talk with you guys about properly doing that. But the next thing is going to be to get some water and a sponge. So you're going to get a sponge, a wet sponge with clean water at the sink or something like that. Everyone will have their own sponge, so you're going to do that. And you're going to come and you're going to kind of wipe down your entire tabletop, entire space along the side. Do that. If you've made a mess on the floor, this would be a time to use your sponge and wipe up the floor. Clean, 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 wipe it all down, put your sponge away. The next thing I want everyone to do is to kind of gather your cleaning supplies, okay? So come through and grab your paper towel. So you're gonna take maybe like something like this. You don't need a ton, just a little bit of paper towel. You're gonna grab your cleaning solution. And then I would take one disinfecting wipe. Bring that over and then use it. And like I said, we're gonna fine tune this. We don't wanna be sitting here dilly-dallying or whatever, because people we're all gonna be needing to use these at pretty close to the same time. So we're gonna need to kind of flow through this process. So grab your stuff, First thing you're gonna do is spray your whole station down. Just enough, you don't need to drench it, but just spray it down. Set your wipe on top of your cleaning solution. Grab your paper towel and then just kind of wipe it up. If you miss it, if you miss some spots, that's fine. The solution can sit. It'll just keep killing germs. So you're gonna take your paper towel, wipe up your space, throw that away, and then as you head back, come through, clean this. Use your disinfecting wipe to wipe down the bottom. And then try to catch anywhere you've touched, put it back, boom, just like that. So now you've kind of housed everything back in the thing, throw away your disinfectant wipe, and then grab a pump of hand sanitizer. So once your space has been wiped down, cleaned, all that sort of stuff, the last thing, you've got your book bag on, you're ready to roll, is I want you to grab your chair and flip your chair up on the table, just like that. Flipping the chair is like punching out, is like clocking out. From the workplace. This means that your space has been cleaned, it has been sanitized, and it's ready for the next person to come in. If I see that chairs aren't getting flipped up, I'll just keep reminding you, and then I'll just start taking points off of your grade too as well. So this is important. This is the visual cue that things are ready to go. Now I can come by and kind of check, or my assistants can come by and check and see if the space was cleaned properly. Because if your chair's up, that means you're done. I think that is basically it for cleaning. We're going to go back through this in depth a little bit more as well. And this is something that you're just going to need to fine tune. I don't know if you'll have to do this for your other classes as much. If you're just going into a lecture and sitting down, probably not. But here we're actively working, we're actively touching things. So we need to make sure that we're being responsible and cleaning up after ourselves and wiping down anything that we need to wipe down. Like I said, you will fine tune this process, so just give it some time. If you guys notice something that, that I'm missing or I'm not doing, please just kind of let me know. Or if there's another way that you think might work better, we can implement that too as well. So this is kind of a work in process. We're trying to figure this stuff out. So with that said, please wear your masks. Keep distance, sanitize, wash your hands, do all the stuff to make sure that we're staying safe and staying healthy. Shoot me any questions if you have any questions. Shoot me an email. I'm looking forward to meeting everyone. I'm looking forward to working with all of you. And yeah, stay safe. See ya.